Hello everyone, and welcome to Blueprint for Life by Tor Kunchala. Today, I want to share a thoughtful and life-changing book called The Café on the Edge of the World by John Strelecky. This book looks simple on the surface, but its message goes very deep. It invites us to pause and ask whether we are truly living the life we want, or simply drifting through expectations, responsibilities, and routines. In this video, I will walk through the book's core ideas and the powerful questions at the center of its message. And as we go, I invite you to reflect on your own life as well. So let's begin. One of the strongest ideas in this book is that life does not always fall apart dramatically. Sometimes it simply drifts. We stay busy, but not fulfilled. We keep moving, but without clear direction. We do what seems expected, practical, or urgent, and over time we can lose connection with what actually matters to us. That quiet drift is what makes this story so relatable. Many people are not obviously lost. They are functioning, producing, and meeting responsibilities, but inside, they still feel disconnected. And that quiet kind of lost is exactly where this book begins. In the story, John stumbles into a small cafe and opens a menu that asks 3 unforgettable questions. Why are you here? Do you fear death? Are you fulfilled? These are not just questions for the character in the book. They are questions for all of us. Together, they form the heart of the message. They challenge us to think about purpose, regret, and whether the way we live each day truly reflects what matters most. The first question is really about purpose. Why are you here? What is your life for? What are you meant to contribute, create, experience, or become? The book suggests that many people live more by expectation than by intention. They follow paths that seem safe or approved, but rarely stop to ask whether those paths are deeply meaningful to them. When we do not ask this question, life becomes reactive. We say yes too quickly. We stay busy. We follow what others value. But when we begin living with intention, we start creating a life that is more meaningful, more authentic, and more aligned with who we really are. This leads to one of the book's key ideas, the PFE, or purpose for existing. Once you know your purpose, your decisions begin to change. Purpose becomes a filter. Instead of asking only, is this practical? Will this impress people? Or, is this what I have always done? You begin to ask, does this support my purpose? And, does this move me toward the life I truly want? That is the power of the PFE. It helps separate noise from what actually matters. And when your decisions become aligned with purpose, your actions become more intentional as well. The second question can feel uncomfortable at first, but it is one of the most powerful in the book. Do you fear death? The deeper message is this. Often, the fear of death is not only about death itself, it is about regret. It is about the fear of reaching the end of life and realizing that we did not fully live. It asks us to consider whether we are postponing what matters, delaying courage, or telling ourselves that one day we will start living differently. Sometimes what we fear most is not the end of life. It is the possibility that we spent too much of it asleep. The book gives us a powerful way to think about that regret through the museum day concept. Imagine that at the end of your life, a museum is created that shows only the truth of how you spent your days. Not your intentions, not your plans, not what you said mattered, only what actually received your time, energy, and attention. That is what makes this such a confronting idea. The Museum of Intentions may look beautiful, but the Museum of Reality tells the truth. And that truth can either wake us up or keep us drifting. The third question brings everything into the present moment. Are you fulfilled? This is not the same as asking whether you are productive, successful, or admired. A person can have all of those things and still feel empty. Fulfillment comes from alignment. It comes from living in a way that matches your values, your purpose, and your inner truth. You can have a full calendar and still feel disconnected. Fulfillment means your daily life is not just full, it is meaningful. One of the most memorable metaphors in the book is the green sea turtle. The turtle does not fight every incoming wave. Instead, it waits for the outgoing tide and uses that energy to move forward. This is such an important lesson for life. Many of us waste too much energy reacting to negativity, fighting the wrong battles, or getting pulled into distractions that do not deserve our strength. The turtle reminds us that wisdom is not only about effort, it is also about timing, energy, and knowing what is worth our attention. Not every wave deserves your strength. That idea connects to another concept in the book: current surface energy. In simple terms, your emotional and mental energy is limited. If you spend it everywhere, you will have very little left for the things that matter most. This is a good point for a real-life audit. How much of your energy goes into people-pleasing, comparison, replaying stress, or reacting to noise? And on the other side, how much of your energy is being protected for purpose, focus, peace, and the battles that truly matter? You have finite energy. Protecting it is not selfish, it is wise. When you bring these ideas together, the message becomes very clear. A meaningful life does not require a perfect master plan, but it does require honesty. Honesty about why you are here, honesty about what you fear, and honesty about whether your current life is truly fulfilling. The goal is to wake up before life passes by on autopilot. You do not need permission to realign your life. You only need the courage to see clearly what is no longer working. So how do we apply this book in real life? We start by identifying what feels meaningful and true. Then we audit where our time and energy are going. We check whether our daily habits reflect our values. And finally, we start small. A meaningful life is rarely changed in one dramatic moment. More often, it changes through small, consistent decisions. A healthier boundary, less distraction, more time for meaningful work, more presence with the people we love. Your daily blueprint becomes your life blueprint. Before we close, I want to leave you with the same 3 questions from the Café. Why are you here? Do you fear death? Are you fulfilled? You do not need to have perfect answers today. Sometimes transformation does not begin with a solution. Sometimes it begins with a better question. So sit with these questions honestly and let them show you what needs your attention. If this book teaches us anything, it is that life is too important to live unconsciously. We need to care for our blueprint the way we care for a meaningful design, because our days eventually become our life. So ask yourself, which idea resonated with you most? Was it the 3 questions, the sea turtle, or the museum day concept? Let that reflection become the beginning of a more intentional life. For this episode, the main resource is The Café on the Edge of the World by John Strelecky. If this message resonates with you, I highly recommend reading the book yourself. It is short, accessible, and deeply reflective. Sometimes a simple story can ask the exact question we most need to hear. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on Blueprint for Life by Tor Kunchala. If you like this content and found it useful, please share it with your family and loved ones. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss future episodes. And until next time, please take care of your blueprint and each other.